So welcome back, everyone. I got a newbie with me. I have with me Kelly Kimball, and she's an agent with Judy Holder Insurance. Welcome to the show. You got to tell everybody. You got a story.
I do. I have a story.
You do. Get up on the mic so everybody can hear this.
I am a third-generation insurance agent. My grandparents started out doing that in Indiana, and our family moved out here in 1968. Not long after that, my mother, Judy Holder, for whom we are named, started selling insurance in the East Valley. And so, of course, I was a child at the time still, and I eventually grew up, and I accidentally went into the insurance business. It had nothing to do with my mother already being in. So I accidentally went into the insurance business, and along about 2002, she decided to open her own agency. And so she asked me to come along, and I did, and the rest is history. We started out and we grew this agency, and then she decided about 2020 that it was time for her to slow down a little bit. She was 79.
Wow.
And she sold the agency to A&H Insurance, which is a family-owned independent agency out of Nevada. And it being family-owned and long-established, their Nevada license number is 14.
Wow.
So it was the perfect fit. Everything was sunshine and roses and rainbows and ponies. And unexpectedly, she passed away not long after the sale.
Mm.
So we muddled through that, but we're going strong. We are focused on the East Valley. That's where we're located, and we are here to serve our community.
Now, before you came on, one of the things that I heard you say, you love selling insurance.
I do. It's all I've done my adult life, and it's a people business. And so if you are a people person, you enjoy that interaction with people. Some agencies don't want people coming in, but we do. We have a nice office and a conference room, and we have chairs at our desks for people to come.
Old school.
Old school, and we want people to ask us questions. We are here to inform and educate, and we might not be the best fit for everyone, but we'll certainly tell them what we can or cannot do.
Well, what would you say that makes you different?
Well, a lot of things make us different. One being still a family-owned agency. There are a lot of agencies out there who've been bought by bigger fish, and we are not one of those. So we still like the personal touch, and we're interested in helping people make the best decision for their insurance. Or if not, we may be able to refer them to someone else.
Now, I want to get some of your information. Now, you do free quotes for everybody.
Free quotes, we
Okay.
never charge.
You work statewide. Their phone number, write the number down. It's 480-982-0273. It's jhins.net. I got that right today.
Okay, we got
so
that.
now I do want to ask you, because when it comes to insurance today, and boy, oh boy, why does it cost so much money? And it keeps on going up all the time.
It does. And the short answer is the things that insurance pays for are expensive. Injuries, hospital costs, and think about it, every time you see on the news that there's a horrific auto accident or a house fire, every time you see something like that, there's insurance involved. Interesting thing I learned at a seminar I attended not long ago, the insurance industry paid out over $1 billion with a B dollars in glass claims in 2023. And we have, when they landscape our roads with rocks.
Well, isn't that interesting? But I do want to question, I have a question about this, because just recently, Twix, I think they went up in fire on some big giant truck, right?
Yes.
I mean, and when you think about it, and some of the stuff that happens, it's unfortunate that it does, but you think, why is this happening? And actually, we're paying for it. Is that
that's really sad. We all pay. We will all be paying for storm damage. Unfortunately, and these events happen. That's why people buy insurance. I would like to mention, though, that flood insurance is not included in the homeowner's policy. And so a lot of those folks are going to be in a bind because flood insurance is a tough sell. A lot of people think, well, I'm not in a flood zone, but you don't really have to be in a flood zone. All it takes for a flood is too much rain in too short a time, and that can happen anywhere. But people often get caught off guard by that.
I'm going to say this, and you didn't know I was going to say this. Well, so I lost my house in the Northridge earthquake.
Oh.
My father, who was much older, did the same kind of thing. I'm not going to get earthquake insurance because we'll never have an earthquake that'll do that much damage.
Right.
He lost his house as well in the Northridge earthquake.
Yes.
So he didn't have insurance. And it wasn't at that time that expensive, you know?
Right.
And so,
right.
but it does make sense to make sure that you do these things, even though you would know, because when you talk to somebody, you do obviously a free quote, but you're going to get to know them. That's, I think, what makes your insurance agency different, because you're family owned. You're going to get to know them pretty well, and you're going to know why they should probably do what they're going to do, what you suggest.
Yes, and we also look at them as our friends and neighbors. We've had some of these people on the books for decades, and so, we run into them in the grocery store, and we always want to feel like we've done the best job that we can do for them.
And, we talk about these big box places, and yes, we know them by heart because of they have the money, right?
Yes.
But the fact is that it's nice to have somebody that you can go to local here, right?
Yes.
Being able to talk to you,
yes.
right?
Yes.
And being able to have somebody that is going to consider you your true friend, and
yes.
not be like number 8058, whatever, right?
Right.
So it does make sense. And so the number to call is 480-982-0273. It's JHINS.net. They work statewide, and they do free quotes. What would you say that are some of the things that you wish everyone knew about insurance?
I wish everyone knew that it is a financial planning mechanism rather than a commodity. It's not like going to the grocery store and buying bread, milk, and eggs. It is a device through which you transfer your personal risk to a large group of people that are going to share in that. And so it's worth taking the time to talk to a person rather than try to buy it through an app on your phone, whereas you may not know what you don't know. And
I say that all the time.
Agents will ask you questions. Like, are you driving for Uber? That's a big thing these days. A lot of people have a kid who's driving for DoorDash. And this is a very important thing for your auto insurance carrier to know.
There's a lot of people that are doing these little side hustles
yes.
that you don't realize that you probably should be covered for, right? And the only way you know is really by talk. That's why I love the show so much, is that this kind of information. You just said
yes.
that, and probably somebody didn't even realize that they probably should have insurance. Is it a specialized insurance?
Oh, it is. A lot of insurance carriers, if they know that you're driving for DoorDash, will say, we're not going to cover you. And so it can be very problematic if you're using your car for any kind of delivery business, and if you're hauling people, forget it.
You got to be really careful, and you know what though? You do need to make sure that you are covered, and covered correctly.
Yes.
I think that's the biggest thing more than anything. Look what happened to my poor father,
yes.
right? I mean, it worked out okay, but still, it's really sad. But the thing is that we do know that we can call and have somebody here local. It doesn't have to be your big bucks. As a matter of fact, it's probably better. You have somebody here that is local, family owned, and they're going to treat you like family.
Yes.
Again, that number to call, it's 480-982-0273. The website is jhins.net. They do free quotes. Write the number down. Give them a call.